Yay! Time for another episode of Digging on Positivity. The first quarter of this year is almost over and furries around the world are supporting charities to make this world a bit better. Besides that, we have Furries in Spain got talent, some animation news, but first, the charities. Fellow furtuber The Forgotten Wolf pointed out the SamsonTheCatFox and their charity stream to me. While this was from last year, they do deserve a shout out for their awesome work, raising $1,410 for the Trevor project. Our fuzzy friends in Scotland raised $19,983.14 during ScotiaCon for Sunny Harbour Cat and Kitten Rescue, and next year they will be raising money for Willow's Animal Sanctuary. They also announced their new team through a very high production video, massive in the metropolis. Sounds like a giant opportunity for microfurs and monster enthusiasts everywhere. In the US, the lovely 515 critters who visited Frosty Fur Fest raised $1,800 for the Baton Rouge Pride, an organization for the betterment of the LGBTQ+ community and its friends, families and allies in the South Louisiana area. In Taiwan, 1,013 of our fuzzy friends have raised $3,157.56 for the Taiwanese Guide Dog Association during FurryTeaParty. In Wales, several amazing furry streamers like Surrikah Tunnah and Thlayli have raised money during an annual fundraiser, Dathlu Gaming Cymru, and the total is sitting on $9,427.24 for Hope House. And the next month, Thlayli will be our guest on this very show. Back in the US, the warm fuzzies from GoldenStateFurcon raised $6,205 for Wonky Hearts Animal Haven, helping them in their mission to rehabilitate, foster and place animals in loving forever homes. 3,637 of our Canadian friends have raised $21,983.70 for Procreon Wildlife during Furnal Equinox, showing once more that kindness goes a long way, the Canadian furry way. In Texas, USA, 9,145 Rootin' Tootin' Beans have raised a whopping $42,183.70 for the Center of Animal Research and Education, also known as CARE. Ah yes, the furry fandom has an award season. In April, on Las Vegas Furcon, we will have the Ursa Major Awards. But besides them, we have the Good Furry Awards, where you can nominate your favorite fur in 3 main categories. We have the Good Egg Award for furries who do extensive charitable and volunteer work, the Image Award for those projecting furries in a good way through the media, and the Fantastic Award to cover those who do not easily fall in the first 2 categories, plus a Lifetime Achievement Award which is picked by committee. Last year I had the pleasure of winning the Media Award myself, next to icons such as Yappy Slyfox, Photographer and Ken Fletcher. The last is known for his work in the early days in the fandom for projects such as Vooti, Pontoon Island, Ink Spots and Furderals. You have until June the 30th to submit your favorite. Link in the description below. Several of my friends had a trip of their lifetime to Spain to get on Spain Got Talent, showing off their amazing performance on stage. Many do know them from their performance at Nordic FuzzCon. Chester the Garou, Misdu and Polka have been guests on my show before. What pleases me most is that this wonderful group, together with NordicFurcon, shows that our wonderful fandom has a very diverse taste in music, and the reaction from both the crowds in Spain and Sweden show that there is a lot of animo for musical ventures such as this. Not to be confused with the cat form of Bowser in Super Mario 3D World, we have Meowser. And this is an upcoming animation. Moving on up. The animation style is very much inspired by old cartoons from early last century. The main character, Meowser, seems to have definite traits from Oswald, the predecessor of Mickey Mouse, and Felix the cat with his bag of tricks. This trailer was shown at a charity screening and has barely gotten any traction online. I tried to dig deep to my best of intent, but I could not find much more. But especially now, some good old-fashioned animation will do me well. I want to see more about this animation where this silly critter is getting to Mars. The Lion King was a big part of my childhood, and as I went online, I quickly found out that the names were quite literal. I mean, Simba means lion, Mufasa means king, and so on. But little did I know about the opening song.
Say it again. What does it mean?
It means, look, there's a lion. Oh my God.
You're joking. That is not what that means. That is not what that means.
That's exactly what it means.
That's what it means. Look, there's a lion.
Oh my God.
Look, there's a lion. Oh my God.
It's a lion.
It seems ages ago, but Zootopia 2 seems to be unstoppable. It reached over 32 million views globally during its first week, but it sits on a very respectable 885 million hours globally to date, making it the highest grossing animation movie of all times with $1.9 billion box office worldwide, ranking number 8 on the highest grossing film ever. Knowing Disney, there will be much more Zootopia productions on the horizon, with a third movie already teased in the post-credit scenes. With all of this, will there be a new mini-series in the works? Who knows? I for sure would love that to be true. These days, a lot of people use solar power, myself included, from driving to powering your house. However, storing excess powers always has been an issue. Home batteries are expensive, and in your car it really does a number, especially in countries where road taxes are tied to weight. Researchers at the University of California in Santa Barbara have taken an important step towards a solution. In a study published in the Science Associate, they described a new material that captures solar energy, locks it into chemical bonds to later release it as heat on demand, offering a lightweight, recyclable alternative to conventional batteries. The technology kind of works like photochromic sunglasses. You know, those who color in the sun, and when you're in the shade, they become clear again. But instead of color, it stores energy. According to the article, it can store about 1.6 megajoules per kilogram, which is way more than the 0.9 megajoules from a regular lithium-ion battery. While this technology is still a bit of a proof of concept, the lab tests are very promising, and it warms my heart knowing that we have breakthroughs like these, even though it will take a few years before it hits the market. This month at Digging Up Positivity, we have a Dutch artist as our guest, Ryve. Could you please tell us a bit about yourself?
Hi, say, well, mostly I'm called Thlayli, but that's in the artist world. As a fursuiter, I'm called Ryve, so you got that correct. I'm a 20-year-old healthcare worker, and I'm a hobbyist artist next to my job. I have been for at least 13 years.
In healthcare, you see that furries are truly everywhere in our society. But could you please tell us a little bit about your creative journey? What inspired you to become an artist?
Well, it's quite a journey, all right. I started out in 2011. Slightly before that, I started doing traditional art in class, looking at pictures of, like wolves and dragons that thoroughly inspired me and put me to work. From there, I grew and grew. And I discovered DeviantArt, and from there I started doing commissions. It's kind of funny how I grew so much from that, because due to the way I was taking on commissions, I also started to learn about like money and how that worked. So yeah, I found inspiration from other artists up there, and I've been there for so long. I think like 13 years or even more, like 15 at least, as far as I can remember. That's basically like a big journey right there.
Oh, absolutely. And a lot of people started their creative journey through DeviantArt. I was there for a long time as well. But with DeviantArt, I mean, there were all sorts of artists there. But what made you end up in the furry fandom?
It's quite a tricky question, because it's a bit blurry. I starting to draw wolves and dragons. I started to like dig my claws into several communities over there. I started doing that around 2018, I believe. I heard about fursuits before that, and even Dutch Comic Con. So I went there and I met Neo the Dutchie, one of my good friends. That was a bit of an awakening for me, and my brother, because he's a furry now as well. In that year of 2018, I made a new character named Ryve, and I commissioned a fursuit from Ryve, which turned out in a bit of a scam, really. So luckily I got help by another friend who helped me make another fursuit. She sent me that for free. Ryve is a bit of an odd story to begin with, because it's my first fursuit, but also a free fursuit that I got.
A free fursuit? Wow.
Yeah, it's it's a bit strange, but the friend that helped me really wanted to do it for me, because she saw I was struggling with the way I was scammed, and she was like, hey, I can help you. I really want to give you something that you paid good money for. And the money that I paid the fursuit maker for previously ran away with my money, like $500 or something. So yeah, I got into like a server of other people who helped me to make another one. And that one artist, or like that one fursuit maker, was in that group. So she took on that project. And I think in 2019, where I got my full suit, I got from her like the actual end product. So yeah, that's where it basically started in 2019. That's where I got my full suit, and I've been a furry since then.
So the furry community took you in right away and turned a very horrible situation into a wonderful one. That is a wonderful story. But that brings me to another thing, because you made a very positive introduction in the furry fandom. But what is your favorite moment in the fandom?
I think one of my favorite moments is, well, I mentioned that my brother was joining the furry fandom as well, right when I joined. And it's so lovely to see someone so close to you joining into something that's also close to you. It's so lovely to see your own brother loving the way that the furries are, and like seeing him grow. And he had quite a difficult childhood, so like just as me. So we're both like supporting each other in this whole ordeal. But I think that there are so many good moments. The biggest of them all is meeting the friends that I have now. There's just so many that ties in with my friends, and I've met like bad ones as well. There's always a bad apple in there, But the way that I've been supported by my friends is something that cannot be replaced by something else, I think.
That is, you made some wonderful friends along the way. But with all this knowledge that you had, with this absolute positive introduction to the fandom itself, I have to ask, looking back at this wonderful journey of yours, do you have any recommendation for new people in the fandom?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend dipping your own paws into Telegram channels to meet new people, to meet like-minded people at least, to get chatty, to find something you both are interested in, so to say.
On Telegram, for example, chat groups like Meets for You, that is for our Dutch furs, is very good. And there are also chat groups that are local. So if you're, for example, from an area in America or an area in the Netherlands or Belgium, there are always local furs for you in Telegram, but also specialized for chats for artists, for fursuit makers and things like that.
Yeah, there's so many,
Can you name some of your favorites?
My favorite channels? Yeah, the Dutch Fur Artist is a good one. There's a Dutch fursuit makers group you could join to get to know the fursuit makers and to start yourself with a fursuit, as what I've been doing recently. Several artists have their own chat groups. If you find someone in the EU, furry artists for example, they mostly promote their own channels as well, so you could definitely follow them and see if you like something. Or there's just so many to count and so many things to see on Telegram. You hardly believe it's just a normal chatting program and not specifically connected to all the furries of the world, basically.
A lot of the furries are on Telegram. I think that we are one of the biggest groups there. But with this, I would like to thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
I will link some of your favorite Telegram channels in the description below. And I would like to thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you for the interview.
Anytime. See you soon.
Bye.
Thank you all for staying with me till the very end. I will be streaming every Monday on both YouTube and Twitch, drawing with some chill music. And thanks to you all, I get to do the things that I do, especially thanks to the following supporters. On Patreon we have ManedBento, Tyros Blackburn, Tantru McNally, Cosmic with a K, Ishnula, Els Dekkers and Scorchaser. We have the YouTube channel members Beth Nidia, Eorek Burnison, Joey and Mavi, Longtooth, Rex the Warhorse, Whiffer, and of course we have our Twitch subscribers Jake RG, Falconio, Hanzana Jansen, Lightnympha, Lady Lian, Maarten W, Ari, Aura Puffs, Ayabuyin, and Svex the Mischievous Fox, and of course Longtooth 67. The next episode of Digging Up Positivity will be on May the 2nd. Hope to see you there, stay awesome, and all the hugs.